And this is kind of a bonus video. I'm going to just draw some more characters, just some different ones. And you'll kind of see the process again. And this is all real time. And like I said, the first part, it goes relatively quickly. You can be a little more deliberate, and sometimes I am, but I usually like to be kind of loose about it. It's a lot more fun this way for me. So I wanted to create something different from the last character. So an obvious place to start would be to make this one female. And that means drawing the female form, which is a little bit different from the male form. There's a wide variation in male and female forms also. So don't get too stuck in a certain idea of how male bodies and female bodies look. There's a lot of variation. There are some anatomical differences though. And sometimes you can exaggerate those or emphasize those to make the gender very clear in your drawing. You know, these drawings aren't photographs. These are lines on paper. These are symbols. And drawings work sometimes in a symbolic fashion. There's a certain language that we've come to understand, and certain things signify maleness and femaleness. But as you see, I'm using the same process. Do the first drawing, making all these sort of loopy things, putting in the figure, and on the second iteration, going into a little bit more character design, putting in armor, working on making interesting shapes, putting in more detail. This character has a little more asymmetry in the body, with the big shoulder pad on the one shoulder going up, and the other one kind of smaller. Using my little beans to make the hands. So I want to leave you with the idea that you want to find your own technique and your own style, but it's good to study others and incorporate their ideas and build on what they're doing, because you're going to have influences, and also influences can come from real life, but having artistic influences is fine too. But you should find your own way, find what works for you, draw the things that you like to draw, make the kind of characters that you want to make, and then take a step back and think about why you do what you do. You know, this is a philosophical thing about art or even character design that I haven't quite come to a conclusion yet with. Because there's things you like to draw because you like them, and there's things you don't like to draw because you don't like them. Some things you don't like to draw because you don't know how, or you're just not experienced. And maybe some things you don't like to draw because there's some sort of deeper significance. And then, you know, you can look into that even further and determine whether that deeper significance is a good thing. You know, for example, maybe a bad example would be if you tend to draw characters in a very stereotypical way. Well, you may want to examine your thoughts about people and the sort of stereotypes you have in your mind that are surfacing when you're drawing, and maybe make conscious efforts to expand your awareness. If you're into drawing characters, there's a good chance you're into characters generally. And maybe you used to collect figures, or you used to collect comics, or you like movies or books. You like certain characters from movies or books. So with character drawing, you have the opportunity to create your own characters for your own movies, for your own comics, your own figures. So have fun with it and create your collection and just keep doing it. You know, you don't have to make a masterpiece every time, but it's okay if you do. So in this drawing, I'm doing a side view, and this guy has a gun, and he's taking a step. And I'm just gonna do the roughing in. He's got this weird big feet shape, which I used to like to draw a lot. I think those are kind of from Robotech. I think a lot of the Robotech guys have feet like that. And there you go. There's two quick character drawings I got started. And when you have these quick sketches, you can decide whether you want to take them to the next step, or you can just keep them at that stage if you want. It's all up to you. And it's kind of cool having these collection of characters.